Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Penthouse. This week, we are doing something a little different. I was actually under the weather last week and wasn't able to record the interview we had planned, but it actually felt like the perfect moment to pause and just look back. So today we are revisiting some of my favorite moments from last year's interviews. These are clips that really stayed with me, whether it was learning powerful lessons, having honest and vulnerable conversations, and just sharing a lot of laughs, of course, or experiencing moments that were deeply personal and emotional. So each of these conversations meant something really special to me, and I am just so grateful I got to share them here with all of you. So if you're a new listener, welcome. This is a great place to just jump on in. And if you've ever been here with me before, I hope you enjoy taking a little trip down memory lane. So thank you so much for the love and support. And remember to please like and subscribe. Please enjoy. I love all of these moments, and we will be right back with you next week with a brand new interview.
I believe that each and every one of us has the ability to connect with our own departed loved ones.
Okay.
That's what I want people to really walk away having an experience with me, whether if it's a private reading, my podcast, or my live show. I want them to know that the little things that go on around them that they think that are odd or weird or they think is a coincidence, or it might just remind them of that loved one that has died, know that that is them. Know that that is their soul getting your attention and reminding you that they're living life through your eyes at that exact moment.
It's hard because in those moments you're like, oh, there's two butterflies flying around me.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know how to differentiate between,
But it's whoever you think of. It's whoever,
Really?
It's whoever pops into your head. And a sign doesn't only have to be from one person. It could be several souls.
Okay.
But I don't know. So what happens is if I'm going to say something, if a soul's going to channel, I just say it because there are people in the room, I can't decipher it, but there is a father figure in the room. So if it isn't someone's dad, it could be like a grandfather or like someone that was like a dad to you. So they make me feel the emotional bond, but then they bring me through the departure. So I feel sick again. So was there something over there? Was there a regurgitation connected to the departure or something where they couldn't eat? Is your dad departed?
Yep.
Okay. So know that this is your dad. Did you just get like a chill or a goosebump? Because it is hot in here. And it's not a hot flash because I'm postmenopausal. So
I'm already starting to cry. Oh my God.
So know that whatever you felt, I say chill because that's what I feel. That's what I feel when a soul moves through me. So for someone, it might be a warmth feeling or they might just get a chill. It's your dad's way of acknowledging he does not want you to remember him suffering and or sick.
Yeah.
Knowing that from the moment his soul left the physical body, he left behind every disability and or ailment. He did not take it with him on the other side. He made my legs feel numb and then started jumping up and down. So that's my symbol for that he can move freely on the other side. So whether if he had an issue with his legs swelling or was bedridden.
Oh, you're so exact. I cannot believe what you just said. I mean, he was, and by the way, I haven't spoken about my dad ever.
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah.
Is departed?
It's my dad. Yeah.
He goes, how come you haven't told her? Tell her how good I look, Theresa. Look how handsome I am. He's big, your dad. Like,
he's a big guy.
Strong. He goes,
Yeah.
that's how I want you to remember me. Before he died, were you holding his hand?
Oh my
Because
God.
he like squeezed my hand and he said, tell her I knew that she was there. Tell her that I did hear her say goodbye. Now, I don't want you to take that for granted because I never had that opportunity to sit with my loved ones before they left the physical world. So sometimes souls, a message might sound common, but it's his way of acknowledging that was he a dancer as well? Or did he, what, you're a
no.
dancer. So how, so Fred Astaire, and then he shows me,
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire, but
Thanks.
then who's Frank Sinatra? So I hear a lot of singing. So do you connect with the singing or?
He loved jazz.
Oh, perfect. So my
big
job,
band
my job
jazz.
is always just to make sure that I'm interpreting the information correctly.
Okay.
I don't have to understand it. As long as you understand it, that's all I care about.
Okay.
So your dad just told me that your father just he goes, "Can you believe I died?" I go, "No, I can't." So I don't know if he's gone, because I feel like he's gone for a little bit. Like he made me feel like he didn't just die.
Yeah.
So it has to be more than 2 years, but it still feels like yesterday that he died. But
It
then in
does.
other times, I feel like he's gone a lifetime.
That's because he lives in Australia. He lived in Australia and I was over here. So the 2 years where he was really sick and I was living over here, I got to him right before he died.
Okay.
And he was essentially slowly dying and it was just a slow decline. So yeah, you're right. And the hand thing that you said, that was my moment that I remember holding him and having that warmth in my hand. And I've never forgotten that feeling. That's my last time with him.
So know that he says, "My soul is with you," especially in those moments. Did you have a visitation from your dad after he'd passed?
No, I'm waiting for it.
Okay.
How does it come through for you? Do you
I
see,
just feel it.
you feel, or you hear the words?
No. I don't hear the way we hear each other.
Okay.
It's through they make me feel. So that's my main way of how I communicate with the souls of the departed. They'll show me sometimes and make me feel the bond and relationship that someone shared with someone. So sometimes I could say to someone, "Oh, who's the mom?" But someone might say, "Oh, that was my grandmother who raised me," or "It was my aunt, she was like my mom." They make me feel that bond that you had.
Okay.
Then they will physically bring me through their departure. Then they will show me the burden or guilt or anything negative that you're holding on to that is not giving you the ability to heal. And asking you to please release that so you can start to heal. Because grieving and healing is something completely different.
Right.
Because we grieve for the rest of our lives here in the physical world. That grief is never going to go away.
I would completely agree with that because I had an interesting time though. When I did go back to see my dad, he was very ill, pretty much on his deathbed. He had the swelling of the legs. His body was absolutely unrecognizable.
Wow.
Like it wasn't my dad anymore. He would be in and out of consciousness.
Okay.
But I was also 5 months pregnant at that time.
Wow.
And I had flown to Australia. I had already had, 4 miscarriages in a row. And at that stage, all I wanted to do was keep the baby, keep it going, keep the pregnancy going, like not lose the baby. And so I was in a horrible stage of grieving my father dying. And yet I was having pain in my stomach. I had fear. I was waking up crying 24/7. I was crying for 3 weeks straight while I was there. And I was having these serious pain in my stomach. And I had to make the decision to go back home early. And he died like a week later. So I always have regret about that.
So I'm going to say 2 things.
Okay.
First thing is by your dad acknowledging the holding of the hand, nothing was left unsaid. Your dad, when we leave, that means that they could not let go with us there. Your dad would not have been able to say goodbye to you, or more importantly, watch him take his last breath. He says that is something I don't know if you could have lived with either.
See, I wanted that.
Yeah, but what we want and what we live with, there are people that watch their loved one take their last breath.
Yeah.
And that's their grief. That's their burden because they can't get over that. They just, they close their eyes and they're struggling. They're watching them and remembering them struggling to take their last breath. So we always say we'll be there, right? And then even sometimes we might even say to someone, "I'll never put you in a facility. I'll take care of you." And then sometimes an illness is too great of a burden for us and we have no choice.
Right.
So your dad just said to me, he goes, "I have no regrets." I'm going to say this to you. The reason why I asked you if he was a dancer was because he kept showing me like watching and like dancing with. So I think this is his way of saying, I would not have wanted you to have made any of the different choices or decisions in your life.
You've spoken bravely about your struggles with an eating disorder. What pushed you to be so public and open about this? Because it is so personal, so deep-rooted. I mean, how and why did you become public with this?
So it actually happened very early, my first season, that same trip I was with Sutton,
fighting about that. And it was on the heels of she was returning a coat to my room.
Oh, that's right. The coat thing.
And she happened to just by chance, I was naked. I was coming out of the shower. And it became this whole thing of me being naked. And it sort of veered off into a direction that it really shouldn't have. But I sort of had to explain why it was such a severe moment for me, because I have had an eating disorder since I was 11 years old, and I have body dysmorphia. And I was one of the reasons why I almost did not do the show was because I didn't want people to make fun of me and how I looked. That was probably my primary reason not to do it.
Gosh, you're so beautiful though. It's so funny. Like you're a gorgeous woman.
Thank you, but it's really like, it doesn't really matter what you look like. It's what is in your head.
Yeah.
And it was just very scary. And so a lot of times when you really watch me when I'm really silent, it's because I'm fidgeting of like, how's my body look? Or, just stuff like I am just in my head all the time about it. And so when the girls were just coming after me of like, I don't get it. We're on a girls trip. I'm like, I don't want you guys to see me naked, because the show, a lot of other franchises, girls run around dancing around naked. I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
I have young kids at home. I'm very private. And I'm like, I just need you to know I suffer from body dysmorphia and I have been bulimic since I was 11. This is a major problem.
Yeah.
And I think that was glossed over a little bit. Kind of, they thought it was a weird excuse. I'm like, okay, well,
maybe
now,
they thought you were kind of joking a little bit, like,
or lying. I don't know, but either way, it was just a moment that it came out. And I remember I came home, I told Rob that I said it. He goes, wow, like you said that on camera? I was like, yeah. And like, there's no going back here. There's no going back.
No.
And so that's really what it was. You can't go back.
No. And
you can't erase it.
No. It's such a huge part of somebody's identity too.
Yeah.
I have struggled with bulimia too in the past. I haven't been diagnosed with anything like body dysmorphia, but I think maybe some of that probably played into it as well, because being a ballerina since I was like 4 years old, having to, I don't know how yours started or what it stemmed from, but I think mine was just literally being in the dance industry and constantly having to look at yourself in the mirror 24/7, having to fit into the sizes of everybody else. And with ballet at the time, ballet is a whole, other ball game. It is like you are a stick or you're nothing at all. You have to be extremely thin with it. Mine's, when I look back, my bulimia didn't start until I was like probably 19 or 20 or something. Not when I was younger, but I feel like the seeds were planted so young.
Yeah.
In the ballet industry, they would like look at the ratio of your legs to your torso and how long your neck is. And, I would overhear these conversations. And I remember thinking to myself when I was 10 years old, like, oh, why aren't my legs long enough? Like,
you're really objectified in that position.
Very much so.
I mean, they're talking about your body parts. Like they're not a part of you.
Yeah. And, that's normal in that industry. And I think I had blocked out all of that to where I didn't realize it until I was full-blown bulimic and just like wondering what the fuck happened with my life. Do you know what I mean? But there's things like I would come back from, a 2-week like spring break or whatever. This is in Australia. And my Russian ballet teacher would be like, oh, Peta, I see that little belly there. Okay, we got to suck that in. I know you'll get it off in 2 weeks. And that was when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Like it's a lot.
I
forget about this stuff.
When you tell me the story, it's so I told you about my girlfriend, my best friend who's a Kundalini instructor. She was in the Australian Ballet Company.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's big. So ABC is huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk about Australian ballet, she was my person that I talked to every day filming, like going through this experience because she already knew, she's always known that I had this eating disorder and checking in on me, like, how's it going with the show? And I remember when I talked about it, a lot of the audience is like, this is not healthy for her, but honestly, it helped me.
Absolutely.
The show. Just, first of all, I remember Erica asked me point blank on camera, so this is public, like, do you throw up with us? Around us? I go, no. And she's like, okay. And it wasn't like mean. It was just like
Yeah.
questioning,
Yeah.
like wondering. It's like, no. She's like, I said, no, because I have a mic on. And they like were shocked I was so honest. I was like, yeah, like I'm not going to do it with a microphone on.
Right.
So I'm good. So it weirdly protected me filming. So I just
Ooh.
never, yeah. It was
So you
really,
kind of had to just bite the bullet and
just deal with how I was feeling about food in my body. And
yeah.
yeah, it was a really weird experience. It was like, so while it wasn't, and I would say that like the audience were never really cruel about my looks. Like they never really attacked me about that.
Yeah.
So that, and then also these moments where I wasn't allowed to, go through that. Like it actually really helped me and helped in my recovery today because I stopped really doing it for years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was actually really weirdly helpful.
I mean, the show was helpful then.
Yeah. There's a lot of blessings that came out of it. But I would say that was outside of sort of the Asian conversation about being the only one, my eating disorder was it was huge to talk about it. And I've tried to message literally the thousands of people that have DM'd me that just to like, I can't have a full conversation with everybody. It was so many people.
Of course.
But I would get messages like, I've never told someone in 30 years that I'm bulimic. I'm like, whoa. And I would just respond like, these are resources. I try to respond to every single person because they don't have anyone to talk to. And I have a whole support group in my life. But I mean, so many people struggle.
So many people.
And it's such a shameful thing to talk about.
Yeah. I hated the lying aspect of it for me. Like when it felt shameful because I would have to lie all the time. And that's
all the time.
Yeah. And that, I think it was for probably 5 years or something that I struggled. And, it just became debilitating to have to deal with it all the time. And when I sort of noticed things about my body that were maybe like failing, like my skin, I would have major eczema on myself, like I had to really reel it in. And when, my mum started to notice and,
So how long did it last for you?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. Around that 5-6 years or something. But I think I didn't go through therapy or anything, which maybe I should have, but I kind of just snapped myself out of it. I don't know. It was just like, I met Max. I fell in love with him. I was just like, I can't be possibly doing this. This has got to go out of my life. Like this is now like, and I would never admit that I had a problem. I would never, like the first 3 years or whatever, I'd be like, everyone does this. Like, it's fine. And it wouldn't be every day either.
Right.
Mine was not like a crazy, crazy thing.
It becomes very normal.
Yes. It would be
it's just like a habit that you do,
if you're full, if I feel too full, if I've overeaten and I feel terrible in my outfit, like that's what I would do.
You get rid of it.
Yeah. Which then scared me because I was like, holy shit, like I can't do this every time I feel full. Like this is crazy. It wasn't an everyday thing for me, but it was something that really scared me. And I ultimately thought like, what the fuck am I doing?
For me, it was 6 times a day. It was a lot. Wow. It was peak. I would say like high school, college peaked. 5-6 times a day.
Wow.
I started my first time I was 11. So I'm very hyper aware of my children right now because Zoe's 10, Max is 13. I'm like, and they're, she's a gymnast 16 hours a week.
Wow. Do you talk to her about this stuff?
I talk about her. Yeah. Sometimes she's like, oh, I need to get in shape. My coach is this. And I'm like, I can't, I'm not going to tell the coach. Like, I feel like there is a world where that's a part of the conversation when you're an athlete. But in our home, it's like, you look great, you're healthy, you're strong, but I do my best. I'm sure I'm not perfect, but I do not want them to live like I've lived my whole life, like with this.
No.
I've had a very charmed life. This is my one thing that's been such a struggle.
How did it start?
I think it's really, I grew up, I'm 42, so it was like the era of 17 magazine, Chrissy Turlington, all those girls, and everyone was so pretty and white and blonde, and everyone just was I just looked different, And
were you bullied or anything about your weight?
I blocked it out, but I probably was. I was chubby. I was a chubby kid for sure.
Okay.
And I just felt I wasn't not popular. I wasn't like this kind of
Outcast.
I was not an outcast.
Yeah.
But I looked different. I knew I was different. I've told this story before, but I remember at school, it was during like health or, class, they showed a video and it was an anti-eating disorder video.
Oh, okay.
But I learned how to do it on the video. Like they were showing how kids,
shit.
they've eliminated this video actually soon after, because I think they were finding out that kids were like learning how to do things. So they were teaching how to buy medications that induced vomiting. I mean, it was a crazy video.
Wow.
And so I learned and I started that day after school. At school, actually.
I am dumbfounded.
I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. And the first time I tried, it didn't work. It was like so hard. And I just kept at it. And I just fully became bulimic by the time I was like probably 13. And then I stayed bulimic for a very long time. And then I got pregnant. And I stopped cold turkey because it was suddenly like my body was a temple shifted for my child, And for years I stopped and then I kind of sent back into it. For me, it's like, I will always say I'm recovering. I'm always finding different avenues to stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my one.
It's your one thing.
My one major thing in my life.
Yeah.
And it's like
There's so many people that struggle.
So many people. But it's a very isolating experience. Yeah. And I'll get through it. But it's definitely affected me physically.
Do you feel like you struggle to this day though? Or you feel like you kind of have a good grip on things right now?
I have a good grip on things, I would say. Like I said, since the show.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a better body image since the show.
Okay.
Which is, I thought it would turn me the other direction. Like comparing all the women, everyone's so much prettier, everyone's so much skinnier. Actually, no, I felt very much like, okay, I can hang, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And it's really given me a lot more confidence, which is, and everybody's trigger is different. So like, I can't say that like, if you're confident, you'll stop. Because I've had a lot of confidence in my life. I know like who I am, where I stand. I know like I was an athlete. I've had a lot of positive stuff in my life. So it's not like if you have this, you can eliminate that.
Right.
But I would say that it helped me personally. But yeah, I would say get a hold of it. Yeah, I've found ways to not allow it to not to hit the trigger point.
Yes. And for me, my trigger point was overeating.
Me too.
I know that's really simple, but
it sounds simple, but it's not.
And when I learned to listen to my body and like, oh no, I am actually full. Then I'm 100%. Like, Peta, stop now,
Yes, because if you take one more bite,
you're going to finish all the plates on the table.
Correct. That's me.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'd say if we ever weren't seeing eye to eye with something, it was good for the show. Like it was never like a fight. We never fought.
Right. Not super negative.
No. And we love flipping houses together. Like we do really well in that environment. And we film really well together too. And we are really good on camera together and supportive of each other and
love that.
Supportive of our visions. And he is like a flipping genius. So I'm newer at it. So I really learn from him and listen. And then I bring in like the design and he listens and learns, right? So it's like we both have our strengths and we're good on camera. So I think that and we have fun when we film together. I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, for sure.
We're like, I love filming. Like I love what I do. So I'm not like, I really thoroughly enjoy being on camera.
Well, that makes a difference for sure. I feel like with Max and I, we're the same. We love being on camera together, whether it be like social media videos or when we used to do Dancing with the Stars together. Yeah. But we definitely can't work all the time 24/7 together. We figured that out quite recently. We're just like, no, that's too much.
Yeah.
We definitely need some time apart. Yeah. We need time to miss each other.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
Even when he goes away for 2 weeks to go on like a dance teaching tour or something like that, I love it. Not because he's away, but because when he comes back, it's like,
I missed you.
Oh my God, I missed you. Come here, you know?
Yeah. I'd say like same. I really enjoy having even my quiet time that I put the baby down, and then I'm like able to just kind of do my face masks, I put my hair mask in, like do a red light, and then watch my shows, and when he's home, right when I put the baby down, he's like, okay, let's hang out.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I need to go like do my skincare and my girl stuff, but I don't really have that time to self-care. So he's like, you don't miss me when I'm gone. I'm like, no, I do, babe. I'm just saying I enjoy because I get to like focus on me.
Yeah.
It's my only like time to focus on me.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's just your time. I don't get to do red light until he goes away. There's no red light. It doesn't come out until he goes away. It's like,
so I go to sleep now and I wear this like silk hair net thing to keep my hair like silky. I sleep with a retainer. I have an eye mask. And, I wear like cute pajamas, but they're like pajamas. They're like Skims pajamas.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is this?
This is not what I
meant.
meant.
In the beginning, this wasn't happening. And I'm like, well, do you want a hot wife the next day? Because I have to do this.
I love it.
So that you get this, okay? I'm 38 years old almost, so I need to take care of myself. But it's funny, we laugh, and I was like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
But he's just, he's used to it.
We're too similar because in the early stages, I mean, we would go to sleep together.
Oh, yeah.
On top of each other, cuddling. Now, it's not because I don't want to do that. It's just because I need to sleep and I need my pillow around my neck and I don't want anybody to disturb me because I have to get up at 6 o'clock or 5:50 when the babies start crying.
Yeah.
So he's the same. He's like, are you wearing long pajamas to bed? I'm like, he's like, why don't you just sleep naked?
No,
again?
God, no.
I am not a naked sleeper every night.
No, I am not.
I'm not a naked sleeper.
He said that the other night. He's like, just don't put anything on. I'm like, no. No. I like to be, I've always been that way. I have to sleep with something on.
Yeah, me too.
And I get cold. I don't want to be in like little cute, no, I'm Mary. Like
I want to be like snuggled up.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you keep it spicy with Tarek then?
Yeah. I mean, we're very like active in that department. He is a lucky man.
Love that.
He'll try to like say otherwise,
yes.
but I tell him, I talk to my friends about it and they're like, oh my God, you do?
That's good. Go.
Like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Go you.
So I am, he's lucky. But yeah, I feel like when we go away, my inhibitions are down and I can just kind of like, have fun without worrying about other humans.
Yeah, coming to the door or anything like that. And it's a new space. Like I think I figured that out because he said to me the other day, he's like, we have way more sex when we go away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's very, very true because I don't know. It's because you're in the house with the kids all the time. You know what I mean? When you go to the hotel, it's spicy, it's sexy, it's like a new place. Yeah. Have some drinks, go to the bar. And it's just, I'm like, actually, you're right. We need to figure this out.
Staycations, I think, are so good.
Well, Hollywood Roosevelt, you got to come here. I mean, this penthouse is insane.
It is gorgeous.
Tarek would love it.
Yeah, he would.
Mm-hmm.
Just leaving for a night and going and having some drinks and then going, to the room and sleeping in a little, like just
the best.
Not having anything to wake up to take care of.
Yeah.
For me, I don't want to be hungover taking care of a baby.
That's the worst.
And then, life, like one time I've been hungover since having Tristan. I'm like, never again.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've been hungover a few times, but it makes it triply hard. Yeah. Very, very hard. Do you feel like Tarek is more needy?
We're both needy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Max is more needy right now.
Yeah.
He's at the stage where he's like, why can't you meet me for lunch?
Well, I have kids.
Put the kids down and come meet me. We have a nanny and it's like, but I want to be with them too.
When they wake up. Yeah. I want to put them down.
Yeah. I want to see them wake up. And it's like,
I know.
But there's times where I just have to go, no, Peter, meet your husband for lunch. Yeah. And we have a great time and it's amazing. And it feels like old times when we're, 26.
Yep. We're the same. So I think he misses the more free Heather, where it was like traveling and drinks and, just spontaneous. And now I'm more regimented.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be there with the baby. I want to put him down. I want to be there when he wakes up. And if I'm gone for work, and
only work.
And especially the first, I'd say when Tristan turned 2 is when I was like, you know what? He's okay. I can go to dinner. I can go and meet my husband. I can go on that trip. But it took a long time for me. And my friends even said, they're like, we're going to have an intervention because I never wanted to leave the baby.
Yeah. What's your first?
My first. Yeah. And it's just special.
There's
I don't
special
know.
moments everywhere.
But then I also am like, okay, well, quality time and your relationship is the foundation of the family.
Of course.
So being happy with your significant other and keeping that strong connection, that's the foundation. And then it trickles down to everything else.
Absolutely.
For us, it's communication. Sometimes we're great at communicating, sometimes we're not. And it's like hearing each other, listening to each other,
Yes.
empathy towards each other. I think little resentments can get built up, and it's like working through those resentments, or a little argument happens and you move on because the kids and your life and work. And
talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. And then, we film together. So it's like, on camera, and I think it gets swept under.
Yep.
And then it's like, bringing that back. Why did that happen? Why couldn't we get through it faster? Why didn't we communicate better through that? Why didn't you hear me? And so we started couples therapy months ago.
Oh, good. Okay.
But we go like every other week.
Okay.
So we're not going often. And
in person or Zoom?
In person.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to go more often, because there's a lot of times that they help you communicate through like a little issue where it's just stupid. It's like he was living something and I was living another thing. If we could have just talked through it, it wouldn't have blown up to what it was.
No, for sure. We miscommunicate all the time.
Because you're two different humans. Like, we're different humans in life, figuring things out. It's hard. It's really challenging.
And if it doesn't kind of get solved there, you're right. It's either like we just don't talk about it anymore and nobody brings it up, and then we go to bed, everybody's happy again and we're fine. And then it might come back around in a week and I'm like, wait, that's because we didn't sort it out a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by giving it to God? Like, how do you describe that?
If you are in a space and you're saying like, I can't do this, I'm worthless, nobody cares about me, you're thinking these types of thoughts.
Okay.
When I say give it to God, I'm saying come to a place of surrender, and maybe in silence by yourself, whatever your posture looks like, whether into a time of prayer and talking to God. Whether you want to close your eyes or you want to bow your head or be on your knees or flat on your face on the floor, whatever that is for you, giving it to God is saying, God, I'm having these feelings. I feel like I'm worthless. I feel like nobody cares about me right now. My life isn't where I wanted it to be. And so I surrender that, and I want to give it to you. I want to give all of my feelings over to you to handle, and tell me, this would be my prayer. I'm saying this as if it's a prayer.
Yeah, yeah.
But tell me, God, who you say that I am. And God's word will say, well, you are fearfully and wonderfully created. I made you and know you full well. And so nothing was hidden from me when I made you in your mother's womb. When you repeat scripture like that to yourself, that, oh, I'm intentional. God made me wonderfully, fearfully, intentionally. Those are things that can renew your mind and your spirit. To really have those thoughts, those negative thoughts that the world may be telling you, that your mind may be telling you, and saying, I need to replace those thoughts. That's where the scripture comes in, to take every thought captive, giving it to God. I need to take the things that I'm thinking that are not truthful, because I'm not worthless.
No, yeah.
And replace it with what God says. And in his word here, that's where the scriptures, that's the truth.
Right.
No, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So I need to then say, I'm not worthless. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Other people will call that discipline something else. You might say you're meditating. You might say you're reinforcing positive thinking. But all of these positive things, it's all coming from the word of God. It's coming from the Bible. And so that is an important distinction to me as a woman of faith.
That's good to know. I mean, you've been so strong in your faith. How do you believe so confidently?
It's such a good question. And it's what faith is. It's believing in something that you cannot feel or see or touch. And yet when I read the Bible, I mean, it's my goal in life to get people to read the Bible. You can decide after whether you believe it or not. But when people discredit or don't believe in the Bible without having read it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, have you read it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point.
The word of God says that it is living and active, and it truly is. You can read things in the Bible one day, and you can read them on another day, and it's like the words pop off the page and they speak to you. But without going into apologetics and theology, in faith, I know the Bible to be true because I have felt God in my life. And it's not just about a feeling. I mean, again, you can go into apologetics and have someone debate it that is much more intelligent than I am as to why all of these prophecies have come true. And that is worthy of belief with all of these eyewitnesses in the Bible. But the truth of it comes down to I feel, I speak, I have a relationship with God in that way. And I just can't imagine doing life without him. I'm trying to, hold on, I just want to articulate this a little bit better, more than just a feeling type of thing. But I think that when God reveals himself in someone's life, it doesn't have to be a dramatic event or story, but you know it to be true. And so sometimes it's hard to explain until you've been there. And then, and I mean, I can speak that all the evidence is there, but what it comes down to is just,
you have to experience it.
You have to experience it, but but in faith, I trust in God. I trust that the word of God is true. I trust that the Holy Bible's true. And I want to live my life in a way that's pleasing to honor God and follow the ways in which he wants us to do life, because I believe he has the best in mind for every one of us.
It's such a big conversation.
It's a huge conversation.
Yeah. No,
Thanks
I'm listening
for even
with
asking
intent.
the question and letting me talk and share.
I loved talking about that. Thank you for
me too.
sharing and opening up about that. I read it in 3 days.
Yay.
So
Thanks.
I was so into it. I loved it. I loved reading all your chapters about your life and how you got to where you are today. And it was a really good, easy read. It was a great story. You did a good job.
Awesome. Thank you so
Really
much.
good
I'm
job.
glad you read the whole thing. See, now I'm like, when people come up to me on the streets just from watching the show and they're like, oh my God, I feel like I know you. I'm like, you don't. But after the book, I'm like, now you can say that because
I didn't know that you grew up here.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I didn't know you like an hour away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on traffic, but it's like 30 miles east of here.
It's very cool. What did you do to celebrate once you found out you were on the list?
Yeah. If I'm being honest, went to a strip club with my mom and sister.
With your mom?
Yeah. We were in Atlanta.
I love it.
We were staying at the Hotel Claremont. And
Atlanta has good strip clubs.
Oh, yes. And it is like infamous for their basement sports bar, dive bar, strip club.
No way.
And so, we were there on book tour. My friend Christina was with us and she's like, we've got to go downstairs. And I was like, I'm down. I was like, Mom, sis, you want to come?
Mom's like pumped.
Yeah.
She's
my mom's like throwing dollars at the girls. A shout out to Callie. It was so fun.
I have to ask, when I was reading, and you named a lot of names in there, right? Has anybody tried to come after you, or like publicists of people, or like
No.
Amazing.
I mean, unless someone wanted to like try and deny it, but there's no denying what I had with any of them.
Because someone mentioned it to me. They were like, wait, she's naming all these names, and then like, is she going to get into trouble? And like, what are these people going to think and stuff like that? I was like, well, it's kind of free speech. Like, it's true.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she be able to name them?
And it went through a full legal review. And if anyone is a public figure or a celebrity, it's fair game to put a name in a book. Because they are a public figure. There are parts in the book where I abbreviated or changed names to protect anonymity for just other people in the book who aren't in the public eye. But as far as all of those actors and singers, and no, I haven't heard anything like negative from anyone or gotten any bad calls. I've only heard some good things from some people on podcasts. So.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. From his point of view, how did he react to the other stories of your past relationships in the book?
Yeah, he didn't care.
He's fine?
He said, good for you.
I love
Going
it.
in, good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was funny because when we met, and he didn't know who I was at all when we met, but then as we start dating and whatnot, and his sister had watched the show and filled him in on some stuff, and he was just like, oh wow, John Mayer, okay, good for you. Like, John Tucker must die, okay.
Damn.
And
your list is good, babe. Your list is so good.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, Max, come and have a look at this.
Right?
Like this one. I was like, damn, go Scheana.
Yeah, and there were actually some that I'm now realizing, like, I'm like, oh, I left out that one. Like, because he was on Dancing with the Stars, and that just popped in my head right now. But I'm like, oh, I could have actually
Who's that one?
probably said more. Cheryl was his partner.
Oh,
She's been on so many seasons. Damn, we can't narrow it down.
oh, I know. I think I know. Okay.
Thank you guys for being here and for continuing to show up week after week. All of these interviews are up on the YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcasts. So there's so much more to come, and I cannot wait to share what's next with you guys. I'll see you next week with a brand new interview. Bye.